In today's video, we are comparing Michael Jordan to Anthony Edwards and the comparisons between the two before this summer. Because as we all know, Anthony Edwards is training to be like Michael Jordan. That is what Shams and many other analysts are currently saying. However, he already played like Michael Jordan. We can see right here, this is a fantastic post move that Michael Jordan ran. And then Anthony Edwards was able to run it in the exact same location as well. He made the shot too. Now, a few differences is, of course, when it comes down to the footwork that Michael Jordan used versus Anthony Edwards. As we can see right here, the feet of Michael Jordan are quite a bit wider than his shoulders as well as his hips. And we can see that he is easily on his toes on both of his feet, but they are both pointing in the exact same direction. He does that quick shoulder fake, he turns back around, and he's able to kick his left leg out while shooting with his right hand. Now, this is a very important point because now if we look at Anthony Edwards' shot, it is a little bit different. There are a few differences in his shot, and that's what I'm going to be looking at right here. So right here, his feet are not pointed in the same direction. They're not pointing straight forward. While they are wider than his body, this is going to give him the option to go either right or left. When it comes to his feet are currently selling, if of course the defender actually paid attention, that he's going in this direction because his foot is pointed out in that direction. Especially that his left foot right here is slightly behind his body, which is then showing that he's going to be pushing off of it and going towards his right side. The defender didn't fall for it and gave Anthony Edwards a massive gap between himself and that defender, Jamal Murray in this case. And the other difference between these two shots is Anthony Edwards kicks the right leg out instead of kicking the left leg out. While this may be a slight difference, this is a massive difference when it comes to the shot. I'm not going to say one is better than the other. I'm going to say that the right foot potentially could give him a more accurate shot than if he was to kick his left leg out like Michael Jordan, because at least with the right leg out, he is going to be in line with the rim, which is very important if you want to have an accurate shot. So now we have Michael Jordan in the post one more time. He is again going to be turning over his right shoulder so that he can go for that shot, but there is a little bit of a difference with his footwork as well. He doesn't sell his move as much as Anthony Edwards does. Now, is Anthony Edwards going to fix this problem? I'm not too sure because, of course, everyone has their own ways of doing footwork. However, what we see Michael Jordan do right here is when he gets super wide, which is right there. He is on both feet at the exact same time, and he is spinning off of his right foot. His left foot is on its side, which to me tells me that he is not exactly pushing off a ton on that foot. And if he is, it's on the side of his foot. And while he is going up for a shot, and it's a very good shot, when we look at Anthony Edwards' footwork when it comes to a turnaround jump shot in this mid post, what we see is he hops into it and then he goes left foot, right foot on this hop. He is not being on both feet at the exact same time. By going left, right, this should be able to tell the defender that he is about to spin towards his right side. This should be a pretty easy shot to defend. But because that defender's not paying attention, that allows Anthony Edwards to get that shot wide open. By pushing off left to right, that's going to give you more momentum, which then can, of course, allow you to be able to get up higher into your shot, potentially cover more ground to get further away from your defender. However, I'm not going to ding this shot. The fact that he is able to do this shot and does it at a high level in the NBA shows me that he can still pull off this move, but it is slightly different than the actual MJ move itself. Now, this shot is going to be over the left shoulder of MJ as well as Anthony Edwards, but there is some massive differences with his footwork. Now, footwork is extremely important. If you want to be an elite player, you need to have really good footwork, unless your name is LeBron James. So, what I'm going to show you what Michael Jordan does here, Anthony Edwards does not do. Now, at this point, everything changes. The footwork and dribbling was the exact same until this point. Watch how far MJ almost jumps on this spin. he tries to get as far away as possible on his spin move. This creates a massive gap between himself and his defender, and this allows him to be able to get this shot off. Now, if we watch Anthony Edwards and his spin move, he's right here. Everything's going to be the exact same except this part right here. He does get his body into the defender just a bit more so that he does create an earlier gap between the two of himself and his defender. However, when he spins off, he takes a very small step. Now, of course, he did have a defender here, so this could be a potential reason why as to why he didn't take a massive step, but there are other highlights where he takes these small steps on the spin when there's no defender here for him to be worried about. So if he was to take an even larger step, let's say there's no defender here, and that step lands out here or potentially out here, this is a much greater distance than this. As you can see, there's a massive gap difference if he was to take this step. Now, of course, in this clip, there is a defender. However, there are many other clips that I have seen where he takes this small step. So this is probably something that he's going to be working on this summer, as Shams has alluded to, that he is working on some MJ moves. And yet, while he still makes this shot, he could have potentially had a little bit bigger of a gap between himself and his defender. Now, coming off of this move right here, he's spinning over his right shoulder again. He lands on both feet at the exact same time. He spins off, and he does this quick quarter right here. This, what I call a quarter pivot. He doesn't even have to jump, he doesn't even have to take a shot fake. That's what I meant to say. If we see this in slow motion, he doesn't even take a shot fake. He just does that quarter pivot. That quarter pivot allows him to be able to get past his man, because on a quarter pivot, most defenders will jump thinking that you're going to go up. You don't even have to lift the ball up. And then he steps through. Meanwhile, when it comes to Anthony Edwards, when Anthony Edwards does this same exact move, meanwhile he's dribbling into it, he does hop onto 2 feet at the same time. You can kind of see it right here where he goes left-right. And then he does that shot fake, but it is an actual shot fake. He does the quarter pivot, but that shot fake slows him down, in my opinion. Because in this quarter pivot, if you shot fake, you're not shooting with your feet like this, with your knees well past your feet. Which means that this defender is not going to probably fall for it as easily. You need to be able to do that quarter pivot quick without taking that shot fake. And while he still gets through his defender, he still makes the basket. This is just small things that he needs to be able to fix if he wants to be exactly like Michael Jordan. Anyways, this is my take. I think Anthony Edwards is going to be another MJ. Anyways, really quickly, if you want to become a better shooting guard, which is what MJ and Anthony Edwards is, then make sure to go check out the shooting guard blueprint that is down in the description below. Anyways, I'll see you guys again in my next video. Hit that like button and subscribe.